Hello, everyone, and welcome to Angel Healing House. Now that it's December, we have officially entered the season of well wishes. It seems that at this time of the year, it's an unspoken tradition to be more cordial and kind, generous, and express good tidings to one another. Usually, these well wishes are not dependent on finding out if someone follows a similar belief system or whether one chooses to celebrate something like a Christmas, a Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Ramadan, or anything else. In most cases, from family and friends, from the grocery stores to the big department stores to small businesses, the well wishes are given out freely and generously, with most of the time no strings attached. The Posse of Angels find this to be very amusing, and I ask them if there is anywhere in the universe, anywhere in the galactic verse, where people wish each other well at a particular time of the year. Well, they smiled and said, "We have evolved to such a high frequency that we do not need a particular time of year to wish each other well, because we naturally do this in every single moment of every single year." They quickly added that by blessing someone well in every moment, then they too are blessed in every moment. With the increase in wishes, they then asked me what humans mean when they wish someone well at a particular time of each year. With the majority of angels in the Posse of Angels not having lived a human life, I tried to explain as best I could, and I said, well, the wishing of someone well could be translated to mean that one hopes that all their holiday plans run smoothly. So many people have to make arrangements for visitors coming out of town, negotiating busy holiday travel plans, and surviving detailed menus for holiday dinners. I pondered a little and added, well, with the increased traffic on the roads, maybe one is wishing them well in order to be safe. The Posse of Angels chimed in unison and said, "Ah, that's right. It's a time of the year on your planet for snow and ice." "That's right," I said. "With the arrival of cold winter and the onset of the season of freezing temperatures, it might mean that the well wishes could be a literal prayer for someone to remain well and in good health." Well, the Posse of Angels faked a cold shiver. It could mean all of the above or simply expressed as a general wish for someone's wellness. I then pondered. I surmised that I, like most people, do not set out to dissect what it is that we're actually wishing them well for. But I do know that I give these well wishes out freely to people, both family and friends, who are important to me, who I love, who I cherish, and I hold dear in my life. The Posse of Angels said, "We can clearly see that in every December, the vibrational frequency of light, of love, and goodwill increases on your planet due to all of these well wishes. If it increases the love, kindness, peace, joy, forgiveness, and generosity in the world, why? Why is it not practiced all year round?" This was a very valid query, and it made me think that if the fundamental core of wishing someone well had to be dependent at all on whether one loved, agreed with, or even liked another person or their actions. I've always held to the belief that each and every one of us is divine. We're all inextricably linked to God, Source Creator, all that is, and divinity is our eternal nature. And although we're divine at the very core of who we are very much human as well, and we make choices that are based on our free will. Although we have the free will to make different choices, I shared with them that many of the choices that an unevolved person makes are often made through unresolved anger, sadness, bitterness, resentment, regret, and hurt. But it does not negate the fact that underneath their choices, they still remain divine. I've also held a long-standing belief that what a person does and how they react to us truly has nothing to do with us and everything to do with their own perspective and perception. Yet having this belief in theory and being able to practically put grievances and past hurts aside by practicing well-wishing were two very different things and difficult for many to apply. Well, the posse of angels shared that from their perspective, they saw that the holiday season was truly no different than any other day of the year, as we've been blessed with that free will and free choice to either create great joy by freely giving out our well wishes, or we can choose to put restrictions and constrictions on who we choose to bestow the energy of well wishing, which actually restricts and constricts our joy and our love. In fact, not wishing someone well actually goes against the core of who we are and our divine inherent natures, which is love. And at our divine core, we know in our very deepest fiber that we are that other person, for we are all one. Remember that in most cases, it's the person's programming, it's their belief system that may be vastly different to ours and often stops us from wishing them well. It also helps us to remember that what a person says or does not do has all to do with their beliefs and very little to do with us. In this situation, turn the tables and ask yourself if you would like another person to not wish you well because of your beliefs. Well, in the majority of cases, the answer is, of course not, as I'm allowed to have my beliefs. Well, so are they. In my experience, not wishing someone well is almost always riding on some previous situation in which we did not like or agree with what another person has said or done or how they treated us. Another point to consider when wishing someone well is, where are we choosing to put our focus, our attention, and our energies on by holding back our well wishes? The posse of angels is saying that by doing so, it actually creates dissonance and chaos in our hearts. They're showing me very sad faces now. This is because, as evolved beings of light, it is our heart's natural desire to be loving and to be inclusive. When we wish someone well, it sets off an electromagnetic frequency that attunes and lifts all other energies to harmonize and attune to the frequency of love. The question is not, what did the person do to stop you from wishing them well, but how much do you want peace and joy and harmony for yourself and all other people in the world? You know, this is true mastery over circumstances. And I guess this is what Jesus meant when he said, love thy enemies. And he could just as easily have added, and wish them well. You know, December is a wonderful time for reflection, contemplation, and introspection, to look at each other through our divine connection and finally perceive each other through the lens of peace, harmony, unity, forgiveness, compassion, and love, just as the posse of angels and our galactic families do all year round. Our deepest desire for you and your family at this holiday time and every moment of the year is for you to see yourselves as divine beings and to be able to experience the love that you are. We're wishing you love, of course, angel blessings, and we wish you well. Take care, everyone. Bye.